Coming to you from the recently vacant GameStop in Enter Your Town Name Here, it's your walkthrough guide, Greg Simoneau.
For the chaos, I stay ready, never take day off. Train for the action, it's payoff. Deliver that straight, no mailbox. First class talker, top tier walker, back in my chat. These dark roads, I navigate that. Seminar parts, graduate facts.
Thank you. Thanks, GameStop, for letting me in here. Are we really allowed in here? I don't know. Awesome. Thanks to the local scene for having me. Thanks to Dan in the booth. All right, let's get it. This is episode 49, and the title of this album is I Should Open a Place. And the second title is Big Bucks to Touch. And that is going to be on the album that comes out after this one comes out, you know. It'll have like a little couple extras on it. But this is I Should Open a Place, episode 49. Let's get into it. Thanks, GameStop crowd. Are you guys pro members? So I met a guy named Tom Grady. As you can imagine, Tom Grady, no Super Bowls. It was worth a shot. Was it, though? Was it really? That one letter really means a lot. Tom Brady with a B, everyone knows, 10 Super Bowls, won 7. B for Brady, 80 for Brady. A group of old women chase you, they make a movie about it. Tom Grady, on the other hand, old women chase him, he's like, sorry ladies, I'm out of hard candies. No movie. Doesn't need mentioning, but there is no 80 for Grady. There's no 70 for Grady, no 65 for Grady. You get the idea. No age group wants Tom Grady. There's no movies brought to you by hard candies. You might ask, well, what about nursing homes? What about them? They run old movies, but the advertisements, they don't need to be for hard candy. Because hopefully, you're getting your hard candy from the outside at that point. Or something like this. I had my grandchildren sneak me in some hard candy baked inside this jelly roll. My britches are brimming with hard candies. Something like that. Ladies, Tom Grady just checked in. Yep, Tom Grady. Tom Grady. It's safe to say he's never made $1 million in a calendar year. You know, it's a safe bet. He never dated a supermodel, had a bunch of kids, and then chose career over family. Nope, not Tom Grady. Would he have done that if given the chance? Absolutely. They haven't made a documentary, Grady versus Time. I'm not 100% positive, but I don't think we'll be seeing that. If they did, it would probably be short, and the conclusion would be, Time is really kicking Grady's ass. He's never deflated balls for work. Maybe in his spare time he deflates like pool toys and bounce houses and stuff like that. But he never got suspended for that. If he is to get suspended from work, it's usually because he stole something or made a offhanded remark about a coworker or a boss. He never went on the Oprah and said, I plead the fifth. If he did make it on Oprah, he was probably in the crowd hoping for free shit. Tom Grady and Tom Brady. Forever linked by this comedy bit. One's a total bum, and the other is Tom Grady. Thanks, you guys. So what else is going on? I was in the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree amazes me. And I was in there the other day, as one does. And the cashier was ringing me up, and in the middle of the transaction, from under his mask, why the mask? Don't know. I guess he knows the clientele better than I. Disease-ridden clientele, possibly. Mask abode. He says to me, before I ring up the Cheez-Its, my guilty pleasure, I go to the Dollar Tree for their crackers. Their cracker game is chef's kiss. Anywho, before I ring up the Cheez-Its, I just want you to let you know the box is on sale next door for $2. Yeah, wow. I've never seen a Dollar Tree cashier stick his neck out like that for me. Mask abode, neck out. I respond, as one does. I converse, that's okay. I'll still take them, but thank you. If you get these smaller bags, it's sort of like a portion control for me. Otherwise, I'd eat a whole box. He understands, nods, laughs, under his mask. Why? Still not sure. Then he tells me he goes for the extra toasty Cheez-Its, which are part of the sale next door. At this, I just bow. I bow down to you, sir. Extra toasty Dollar Tree cashier. I bow down to you. This guy is always good down at the Manomet Dollar Tree. I try to go there often to keep them afloat, as one does. As one does. You know how sometimes when you're buying stuff and the cashier says, your total is $19.84. Well, I always say, that was a good year. And it's pretty funny every time. But I think we can expand on that joke because you can definitely use it on any $19 charge. $19.01 to $19.99. $18 are funny. $18.12, that was a good year. You could probably go back as far as $16, I'm guessing. We here in Plymouth would laugh at $16.20. $15 is a tough one, though. You're talking pre-Pilgrims. No. You might get a weak cough at that one. But then I was thinking, what if we go about it the other way? Something more like more than $20.25. Something like $22.02. That was a good year. And you might get some strange looks. And then you hit them with the, I'm from the future. Prove it. Well, I just told you 2022 will be a good year. You probably won't live to see it. You probably won't live to be almost 200 years old. So then just pay and get out of there. That's your best bet. Also, if there's a total between $20 and $21, I believe you should get the option to pay the year. Your total is $20.45. Okay. What year is it again? The year is 2025. Okay, I'll pay the year. Nice little savings right there. Ka-ching. 20 cents for the savings account. Then, if your total is 2016, same thing. What year is it again? 2025? Okay, I'll pay the year. Yeah, you overpay, but you're not dealing with pennies and such. You're paying for the convenience. I'll pay the year. Oh my God. So here's something. My community is getting a half-court basketball. I'm kind of excited about this. I want to get on the court again. It's been a while. I want to hoop it up again. I want to shoot some hoops. If you know me, I used to hoop it up a lot. And even if you don't know me, take my word for it. I remember I cried to get a basketball hoop. I was promised a hoop. I didn't get it, and I cried because I didn't get it. Oh, you must have been a little kid. No, I was like 15. I already had a job at my family store for 7 years. I had tenure. And here I was making a scene in my parents' basement. I think I even threw my hat, just threw it, you know? I would balance school and work pretty well for being 15, but I was told we were going rim shopping. I just wanted a rim, you know? I was already well-versed in tree fort building, hammering, nailing, hanging things on trees. Just give me a rim. Back then you could just buy the rim for $15. Yeah, we'll figure out the rest, Mom, Dad. So I threw a fit when that got canceled. A fit and a hat for a rim. It was literally a verse out of a Dr. Seuss book. But I wanted to be Dr. J. And then maybe drink a Dr. Pepper. Yeah. My parents, my family, my grandparents, they all tried to calm me down. But when you take away my toys, I just lose it, you know? Which would be the definition of a spoiled brat, right? Except I worked, you know? I would go to school, go to work, come home, and wanted to relax by shooting some hoops. I worked after school, weekends, vacations, bought my own sneakers to shoot hoops in. I deserved my rim. I would like to say rim job, but that might confuse people, so I won't do that. So they finally calmed me down, and when things slowed at work a bit, my grandfather, my bosses, the partners, we all got together and ordered a basketball hoop through the company, the whole hoop. Clear plexiglass backboard, breakaway rim, adjustable height. And my parents, they paved our driveway and we put it up. New tar, new hoop. Jordan was on the Bulls. David Robinson was a rookie. Charles Barkley was on the 76ers. And Bird was on the Celtics. He was still playing for the Celtics, yeah. And I remember when we first got it, the very first day, we shot around so much, we didn't even leave for baseball practice. We skipped practice to keep shooting hoops. So yeah, my community is getting putting in a half-court basketball. I'll be there. Yeah, I might make a fool of myself, but I'll be there. See if I still got it. We'll see. So I was thinking about this the other day. Listening, right? I like to listen. I think that shows how intellectual I am. I listen. Some people read, some people draw. I listen. And sometimes when I'm listening, I hear what other people around me are saying. Ooh, that's how that works. Except with my wife. It doesn't always work on her. I hear her talking, but I don't always listen. I know this because I'll ask her a question. And it could be anything, you know, trivial. And her answer is always, I already told you this. And then she goes on about something, I'm not really sure. But I love to listen. Sometimes when I listen, I put the words people are saying into some sort of puzzle, jumble them up, shake them up, and then spit out a joke. You know, I don't know why. It's just something I do. Sometimes it's a real zinger. And people laugh, then cry. Sometimes I break them. They're broken. They collapse over the joke. They can't catch their breath. You know, they fall over in their chair. It's like being one of the X-Men. Dirty whore. Boom. They fall over. Chonies. Chonies. Their heads fly back. But sometimes I've noticed if you repeat the joke, the second time it's weakened. Chonies. It's just a small laugh. Chonies. Then the third and fourth time they look at you like, what happened? You're manipulating me. Stop that. I've been fooled. Chonies. Then they just get angry. You're wasting their time. Chonies. Okay, now my wife has to tell me to stop. Chonies. Okay. Okay, now she's using my first name. Gregory, okay, that's enough. That's when I don't use my listening. I'm not hearing impaired, but I'm usually impaired by other means. I'm such a good listener otherwise, though. I should open up a place where I just listen to people. Go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Then if they ask what they should do, or if I have any comments, I just say, well, we don't offer that service right now. Mm-hmm. This is just a listening store. I just listen. Also, the client-doctor privilege doesn't apply, so I will be telling some people some of the stuff you said here. It's not a perfect business model, but it'll work. And also, we don't accept insurance for these sessions. Sorry. But don't worry. It's only $30 an hour for listening. I hope you enjoyed your listening today. Please feel free to leave us a review. Thanks. Yeah, I hear you. So I should open up a place, I, like many others, always dream of opening a place. I know it's hard and whatever, hard, but it's a good daydreaming fuel, I think, I would make mine like all weird and stuff. It's either just drinks or no drinks. I was also thinking of having just a water bubbler, wait in line, wait your turn. Those would be some of the things I would say, because that's the only drink in the whole place. It's like a restaurant. It's a weird restaurant. Also, no cups. No taking a cup of water back to your table. It's not allowed. Also, no utensils. Eat everything with your hands, okay? The restaurant's name is Handsy. Maybe people would go. I don't know. Eat with your hands and free Wi-Fi. That's a big draw, too. Also, free... People will come for the free Wi-Fi. The food, it's okay. It's going to be hard. Also, a free water bubbler. Free Wi-Fi. Also, no buns. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches. They all just come on a lettuce leaf. And it used to be all the rage years ago, and we're bringing it back. Also, we have that sandwich with that you get 2 pieces of chicken as the bun. And yeah, I said no utensils. Chopsticks are available. Chopsticks or nothing. Those are your choices. We're not savages here, Every table has a pump station of sauce. We don't limit your sauce like some restaurants do, We cut costs, but not on sauce. Not on sauce. The restaurant's sister... All the sauce you want, sir. The restaurant's sister location is called Sister, but the mother location is called Saucy. And the father location is opening soon. It's a grand opening with balloons filled with sauce. And some are filled with helium. The kids get the helium balloons. And the adults get the sauce balloons, saloons. But you have to be somewhat of a sauce connoisseur to get one, okay? Not just ranch, honey mustard. We have like all kinds of sauces. And you have to prove yourself in a game of sauce-off, where you have to get 3 out of 4 sauces correct in the first round. But then in the final round, you need to get 59 out of 73 sauces correct to gain the title of Master Saucer. It's not an easy thing. But when you do it, when you come in, we say, welcome to Saucy, Master Saucer, and then it'll all be worth it. And we're going to hire that guy from the Dollar Tree. He's great. He's coming back. Yeah. And this was the other title I was thinking for this album it's called Big Bucks to Touch. You ever notice that things that cost the most are doctors, dentist, massage therapist? They're all the places where they touch you. So it's big bucks to touch. It makes the hairdresser seem like a bargain, right? never had a job where I had to touch. Sometimes when, back when cash was a thing, my hand would graze a customer's hand, and I would immediately apologize. Sorry about that. That probably says more about me than anything, though. Sometimes people ask me, how's the therapy going, Greg? And I always say, what therapy? What are you talking about? I don't go. I have had jobs where I had to prepare people's food, and that's not gross to me. But to think that all that food went into people's mouths is kind of gross, The food was like, oh, no, Greg, you made me. And then the people are just like, it's like, oh. I don't know, I guess food is art to me, and I guess maybe just take some pictures of it and just try it, but don't eat it all the way. Let's go into my crazy restaurant idea, I guess. But to think, all the food that I made went into people's mouths is kind of gross. And then I remember I had to have physical therapy, and they grab you, they twist you, they make you lay on a table, all too much. But they get the big bucks. I'm looking for the contactless transaction, Don't touch me, I remember I wanted to get my knee checked out. They had to grab it, push on it. And I'm like, geez, I wish I didn't bring it up, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. It's fine. Yeah, it'll heal on its own, Why do I have to bring this up? At one time, they had to use an ultrasound machine on me to break up some scar tissue. There was a massager, some gel got involved, and I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be expensive. Sometimes I think I'd rather have scar tissue and a bunch of money than be broke with like fluid moving limbs, My limbs don't need to be that fluid, I don't need to move. I can sort of go through life, I'd rather stiff limbs, and guys, she'll appreciate it too. Thanks, GameStop crowd. Oh, man. Catch me in the new film, The Legend of Tom Grady, okay? The Dollar Tree employee will be played by Kingston's own Chris Cooper. And the Master Saucer will be played by the talented Florence Pugh. Good night. And before I go, I just have this one little announcement. Next up is the Ark of Plymouth, where they're going to be talking about elder abuse and how to get it to work for you. So stay tuned for that. April Fools joke. This whole episode was an April Fool's joke. April Fools, it wasn't. This whole series was an April Fool's joke. April Fools, it wasn't April Fools. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Wait, do two April Fools cancel each other out? I'll have to look into that.
Them man never been ready for the chaos. I stay ready, never take day off. Train for the action, it's payoff. Deliver that straight, no mailbox. First class talker, top tier walker, back in my chat. These dark roads, I navigate that. Seminar parts, graduate facts. So we rise up to the madness. No time for the
Thanks. These are the bonus tracks I was talking about. Not really sure what I'm going to say, but let's give it a go. The other day at work, that song came on. It was, what was it? Oh, yeah. Scrubs came on. And then that song Runaway by Bon Jovi came on. And I was like, oh, Scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly, also known as a buster. And then that Runaway song came on. It was like, she's just a little runaway, also known as a buster. And it was a mashup, And I know my coworkers, they probably went home and they were like, their spouses and significant others were probably like, what happened at work today? And they were probably like, oh, Greg came up with this awesome mashup at work today. Yes. I just know that was the table talk for them. Yeah, and before, the the title was, I should open a place, right? And then the second edition will come out in the future. Maybe that's all an April Fool's joke. I don't know. But if it isn't, then maybe they can use this audio as sort of a commercial for it, something like that. But I like the joke. It was like, it's $22.02, and you're like, that was a good year. And the cashier's just like, what? You could say you're from the future, but I don't know. I always love just like, maybe that's what we'll do. The album will cost $22.02, and maybe it'll come out, well, no one will be around to watch it. 2020. We kind of missed the boat 3 years ago, I think. I wonder if Chris Cooper will still be alive. They're dropping like flies. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Yep, we just lost him. And he was great. I never met him or anything like that, but he was great I thought he was pretty good as Batman. For a '90s Batman, sure. Why not? Also, R.I.P. to GameStop. My pro members rewards, it expired last month, and I was like, you know what? The way the stores are dropping, I'm not going to re-up, You ever say that to yourself? Man, there's 10,000 points out the window. Yeah, so, but it's, I did get that hoop, and we did play it pretty good. And I threw that hat, and I was really mad about throwing that hat because next time baseball came up, I couldn't find my hat, and we had to go out and buy me a new hat. It really came back to haunt me. Yeah. Oh, GameStop, people, come on. Yeah. But once this place opens up, I'm going to be like, give me the ball. I'm going to be the biggest ball hog on this half-court basketball. Just you wait. Videos will come. I don't care if those kids are 10 years old. They're not getting anything near me. They're blocking shots. Get out of here. Not in my house. That's for sure. All right, thanks, Plymouth. Good night.